Hello YouTube, this is BDrew1111, gamertag BDrew93, the Welsh gamer, and we also have
Chris62, your gaming gentleman.
And together we bring you the Welsh Crisp. And thank you for tuning in. This is episode 3, titled Predictions. We're going to talk about the predictions, speculations, rumours, everything about E3, what we hope to see at E3, what we hope is going to be in E3, the presence of E3, everything that Xbox is going to be doing at E3. We're also going to be talking about the presence of Xbox in general, the future of Xbox, HoloLens, DirectX 12, Windows 10, speculations, predictions, what we hope to see from all that in the future. And also, don't get me wrong, we got quite a lot to talk about, as Chris is going to show you now. But if we do have any time at the end, we're also going to try and chuck in a bit of speculations, predictions on the future of the Walking Dead TV show. But that's if we can even get to that. Because Chris, show them how much notes we've got.
Well, we've been throughout doing about 2 hours of hard, solid work for you guys. We have a list of notes for you, and back to front of high quality notes. And it's back to Bidrew while I fix my lighting.
Yeah, you've done that about 4 times now. Yeah, basically, guys, we've been chatting on the Hangouts now since 7 o'clock, compiling notes, getting to grips on what we're going to talk about. As predictions is quite a touchy subject, I think, for a lot of people. Like, a lot of people have different opinions on what they expect to see or what they want to see, so we had to kind of cater for all them as well. But also, just to say, those of you watching now, put in the chat section what you want to talk about. We will
Absolutely. Please use the chat, because if you have questions, we can answer them, and we'll give you a shout out on our podcast. So it just adds to the engagement, and it's really fun. So yeah, please do that.
Yeah, please do that, guys. Please do that. And also, in terms of shout-outs, I'd like to do a shout-out for a fellow YouTuber. I done a shout-out for him earlier, Daily Gamer. Check him out. He's a great YouTuber. He's got a lot of Halo content, and I really like his channel. He's definitely going to be a go-to guy for information on Halo from my standpoint, so check him out. But yeah, our walking, talking, breathing, tea drinking gentleman teleprompter is over there. So Chris, do you want to kick us off with our first topic of discussion?
Yes, I do. I want to talk about E3, and not just any E3. Last couple of years, E3 2013. Do you remember it? Because E3 2013 was the worst E3 for Xbox ever. They basically came out and said, we want TV, 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 and then there was like a dog at the end for advertising Call of Duty Ghosts. And it was like the worst thing possible, because people thought, oh look, an Xbox, brilliant, people can play games. What? What did you just say? There's only 3 games? What? And then PlayStation was like games, and it was just non-stop. So Xbox 2014, when it came to Phil Spencer, that's right, the head of Xbox, he said, you know what we need? Games. That's right, and delivered. Xbox E3 2014 was game after game after game, and it changed the face of Xbox. Xbox was going to be a TV platform that solely was like TV, oh yeah, and it can play games. But now it is a gaming platform that can rival a PlayStation, and it is a superb gaming platform. And their focus from E3 2014 was all about the games, and that is Phil Spencer's favourite line. So I'm happy to announce that was a brilliant E3, but now we are looking forward to the future of what E3 may look like. And we are happy to do our predictions for E3 2015. So first on the list, we have a game that I'm very excited about, Bidrew's very excited about, and that is, of course, Halo 5. Let's talk about it.
Yes. Oh yeah. Well, oh my God, I can't wait for Halo 5. I mean, it was earlier today. I did a video of my top 11, as random as that is, a random number that is. But my top 11 like game, the number one was Halo 5 Guardians, and for the simple reason being, it's going to be incredible. And for me personally, as a Halo fan, and I hope I speak for all Halo fans, I just want to see, and I hope to see, and I'm pretty certain we will see, some solid, maybe like 20 minutes or 15 minutes minimum of like single player gameplay, like stage demo gameplay. Because if you remember, I don't know which E3 this would have been, maybe like before 2000, well, it would have been before 2013. This is like back in the 360. But Halo 4, on maybe at one of the conferences, we saw like a good quarter of an hour to 20 minutes of gameplay footage of Halo 4. And that's what I'm I'm really certain we will see a lot of gameplay footage.
Yeah, and I totally agree. It's their flagship. You know, you got to drive the ship forward, and Halo is driving that ship. You know, the gameplay I expect will be Agent Locke, our new protagonist in the Halo franchise. And instead of focusing on Master Chief, it's now time that we look at Agent Locke as the takeover of Master Chief.
Certainly. And you know what? It's funny you say that. Pardon me. I honestly think we might see, don't get me wrong, I didn't just make this up, a mixture of opinion and what I've read on the internet. But I honestly believe that we might be in for quite a weird twist with this Halo 5, and I reckon they're going to drop a subtle hint with the gameplay when they show the gameplay on E3. You know, hoping that they do. But I reckon we're going to be potentially seeing Master Chief as potentially, like the new villain. I reckon Master Chief's going to go dark side. That's just me, though. I think Agent Locke is going to be the new hero. And for whatever reason, I think Master Chief's going to go a little bit AWOL, a bit dark side.
Yeah, and I can't agree with you more. We were introduced with Agent Locke in the new Halo TV series called Halo Nightfall. If you haven't watched that, please go and do it. You can buy it on DVD now. If I'm correct, it's come out on DVD and Blu-ray, and you can also buy it on the Xbox store. Or everyone who's purchased Halo Master Chief Collection can watch the Halo Nightfall. And it basically is set in the first ring, and it's all about this parasite and the beginning of Agent Locke as a character. And when we show them that Halo 5 trailer, it's all about searching for Master Chief. And I reckon Halo Locke is going to be a more bigger thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. I reckon he's going to be a huge character. And I reckon, like I said, I think the gameplay that we're going to see, inevitably, we're bound to see some gameplay. I'd put my left leg on it. But I reckon we're going to see a huge hint. I think we're going to see a lot of Agent Locke gameplay. I reckon we're going to see a few subtle hints dropped about where the story is going. And I think, personally, we're going to see the person on stage playing as Agent Locke, and we're going to see Master Chief as like made out to be this kind of villain kind of character. Maybe he isn't the villain. Maybe he's misunderstood. But I just think he's gone AWOL. He's on a vengeance mission. He's trying to find out about Cortana. He's trying to find out who he really is. And there's already rumour that he might be like Isodidact, like a Promethean kind of character from like back in like way before the events of Halo Combat Evolved. And I think he's going to have a really mixed up mentality about this, and I think Master Chief could potentially be the next like villain type character we might see in the new Halo game.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And playing the Halo 5 beta, I think we both enjoyed that beta. Really, I thought it was a superb beta, not because it added to the Halo 5 or a first glimpse of it, but also the textures and the graphics and the overall improvements of that game. And it was very much good in multiplayer, but what may it look like in single player? And I say that because Halo 4 pushed the boundaries of 360. It really did. It was the last fully developed for the 360, and it looked absolutely incredible, and Halo 5 is going to look incredible, no doubt.
Oh, definitely. Because the beta we didn't see in its full potential neither. The beta was only 720p, running at running at 60 frames. But I'm really excited to see some core gameplay footage from the campaign, and they're gonna do it. They're bound to do it. And like you said, Halo 4 pushed the boundaries on the 360. What we're in for the campaign footage of Halo 5. I'm really excited.
It'll be unbelievable. I even bet that people will just like drop their tea and glasses and laptops. They'll be typing away and dropping because it would blow people away. And I cannot wait because that is their flagship title, and they're going to do everything Microsoft and Xbox can to make sure Halo 5 sells, to make sure Halo 5 looked as good as what we saw in the beta. And quickly, I just want to say, Kenny, thanks very much for sharing our podcast. And I know you're watching. You're always watching, and you're such a fabulous subscriber and person.
Yeah, cheers, Kenny. You're a great supporter, mate. You are of both of our channels individually as well. Keep it up, man. You're a great guy. Thank you.
Right, going on from Halo, our next game is Halo Wars 2. We are familiar with that game. It's a top-down view of Halo. Many people liked it. Many people didn't. My personal opinion, I did not like it. But a lot of people did. And so we're excited when last time when we saw a gameplay of Phantom Dust, there was a billboard. And on that billboard was like a Halo Wars 2 sort of thing. And it was like, did they just announce Halo Wars 2? And so it really got people on edge because people really liked it. And therefore, I think Halo Wars 2 is coming to E3 2015. What do you think?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, like, it's a kind of a touchy one, really, because obviously, the people behind Halo, I'd be quite surprised if they bring out a Halo Wars 2, at least at this E3, because they might not want to take any attention away from Halo 5. Because like you said, Halo 5 is going to be a console seller. Because they've got till late this year, so they're going to want to show off Halo 5 as much as possible to get like more Xbox One sold and Halo 5 copies sold. So to think that they might potentially take take the glory away a bit with Halo Wars 2 is questionable. But if they do bring out a Halo Wars 2, I'm in complete agreement with you. I'm not a big fan. It's not my game. I don't really like it. That doesn't say it's not to say it's rubbish, but it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, that's a good joke there.
Do you get it, Chris? Could you drink tea? Yeah,
I get it. Drum roll, please. Right. Yes. So Halo Wars. I also think that if they are going to do Halo Wars, please do not be at the developers like 343. Give it to another developer to do it, because 343 needs all their focus on Halo 5 and nothing else to make sure we don't have the cripple that is the Master Chief Collection.
Do you know what? That's the best. I could not agree more with that sentence, because 343. I'm not going to say they're a bad company, but after the events of Master Chief Collection, I just think they need to concentrate on what they're doing, take their time on what they're doing, and just build a game, and when it's ready, then release it. Don't take on other projects while you're doing something, for God's sake. Frankly, I think that's why the Master Chief Collection failed so miserably. As well as them having to rush it to get it on the shelves, the fact that they had Halo 5 working on that in the background as well, that definitely didn't help. I think if they focused all their energy on Halo Master Chief, it would be a great game. And I think they need to do the same with Halo 5. Just get it ready, get it on the shelf, and it's perfect. Don't go taking on other projects, for God's sake.
Yeah, and on the talking about flagship titles, there is one other flagship title that Microsoft now owns the IP, and that is Gears of War. I'm not that was a good segue there. I'm not a big fan, but I have played Gears of War 3 and Gears of War Judgment Day, and when I played them, I thought it was actually a really good game. I haven't got a clue what was going on. I'm not a hardcore fan. I just recently got that game to test it out. What was all the fuss about? And then when I played Judgment Day, apparently that was the worst one, but I thought it was very good. The graphics in that game were very good. It was like, what am I playing this on the 360? I remember playing that, and the graphics were amazing. The smoke effects, and it was just in this new world. And I liked how like there was a little timer that you had to get right before you reload, like a chainsaw gun, and that was really good. But also, apparently, a lot of people are excited for Gears of War 4 by Black Tusk, and I reckon we're going to see some gameplay. Or maybe a trailer, actually.
No, I was going to say, I reckon we're going to see a trailer. I'd be very surprised if they did gameplay, because they haven't even released a trailer yet, so that'd be jumping the gun a bit. But I am a huge fan of Gears of War. Gears of War is up there with Halo, in my opinion. It's got such history to it, such a fantastic title, and I think, honestly, I hate to stir up this kind of, I don't like the console war. Let's just be clear. I don't like PS4 versus Xbox, or Xbox versus anything. But Halo is just there. It's a stamp. You might as well have the Master Chief's face on the Xbox One. That's one thing. Gears of War is going to be painful to other platforms. That's all I'm saying. Gears of War 4, when they finally announce it, start releasing footage, maybe even a beta, who knows, that is going to be painful for other platforms. Nothing will touch it. And I've also read into the rumours, again, rumours, speculation, but Gears of War 4 is supposedly going to be about the Pendulum Wars. So it's going to do like a Star Wars on us. It's going to be a trilogy that takes place before the events of the original trilogy, and it's going to be about Marcus Phoenix's brother. So before the Locusts, before any of that, it's going to be two separate factions, people on people, the Pendulum Wars. So I can't wait for that. If that is indeed true, next gen DX12, assuming that they're going to utilize DirectX 12.
Yeah, it will look amazing. Absolutely look amazing.
Oh, God, my God, it just? I mean, all the Gears of War games, I could comfortably go back and play Gears of War 1, and I'd still be blown away by the graphics. And you were saying about Gears of War Judgment. Granted, that was the worst Gears they've made so far, only because the buttons, they changed it all. It was not the same. It wasn't right. But the graphics, you can't argue how good the graphics were.
And I'll be killed if I don't mention this, but a lot of fans, especially these subs, Iron Wolf, Anchorman V, stuff, some people like that, wants the Gears of War collection. So a remastered collection. So they're like the Marcus Phoenix collection. They really want. To be honest, I would want that actually as well, because I haven't had the chance to play it.
Well, I've got a sneaky feeling that all this speculation and prediction about the Gears of War 4 being announced, I've got a sneaky feeling we have more chance of them announcing for next year Gears of War Marcus Phoenix collection than we do an announcement for Gears of War 4. I don't know why, it's just a gut feeling. I just have a feeling that we're going to see a big, like a teaser trailer, basically announcing the 2016 release of Gears of War Master Chief and Marcus Phoenix collection, because next year marks the 10-year anniversary of the original Gears game. So I don't know, but that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Anything Gears I'll be happy with, but I've just got this feeling we'll be getting a teaser for the collection before we get a Gears 4 teaser.
Great. I think we're exhausted. I think we've exhausted Gears of War now. Right.
No, I disagree. I think Gears of War, we could talk about it all day.
We don't care about you, Barry. Right.
I'm going to put the kettle on now and have a tea.
Right. A game, or a beta recently that we both loved and enjoyed. And that of course, is Battlefield Hardline beta. and this is going to relate to. Well, actually, we're going to talk about Battlefield Hardline beta. What did you think of that beta?
Personally, okay. I didn't get my hands on it too much, to be honest. It was kind of a shame. I'm quite annoyed that they only released the beta for like 5 days. I think if you're going to release a beta, you need to do it for a week or two minimum. But still, that's a separate topic. That's not the question at hand here. Battlefield Hardline. I did enjoy it. I think it was very good. I've done 2 videos on it. I really enjoyed the new game types, Hotwire and Heist. Generally, I like the element of cops and robbers. I really like that. Again, like I've said to you before, I'm not a fan of modern shooters anymore. Call of Duty, for me, killed that. So even though this is modern shooter, it wasn't like military. It was on the street. It was on the ground. You're either a cop or you're either a robber. I enjoyed that. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, and absolutely. This new Battlefield really, it gets away from that gritty, down to earth gameplay, and this just jokes. It's like a joke, and that's what people love. It's fun. It's fun to play and not restricted because it's got some war politics environment. But this is now cops and robbers stuff, like we can reenact the Die Hard sequence and all of this. Really good.
Yeah, exactly. No, keep going. You're exactly. You're on the point.
Absolutely, it was absolutely amazing, and I've done some videos as well, like Biju has, on Hotwire and Heist, and I specifically love the fact that there's a radio in that car that you can, like, the sound of the police, and with like the shotguns, and it's so good. It's like a game where you can just invest hours into it. And I had Battlefield 4, and basically that entire game was basically to fix it. Like all the months leading to that game was to fix Battlefield 4, and thank God they had a Battlefield Hardline beta, so we don't have all that chaos that came with Battlefield 4. And the whole reason I'm talking about Battlefield now is for the segue to come up, Star Wars Battlefront. That's right, Star Wars Battlefront by like Visceral and EA. When you can't absolutely wait for Star Wars Battlefront, because it's going to have the gameplay of Battlefield, and it's also going to have the Star Wars skin, and finally we're going to get the Battlefront game we always wanted. I'm a massive fan of Battlefront, and I cannot wait. If anyone saw the trailer, it's so good. You know, the graphics are absolutely amazing, on point, and you know, I cannot wait for this game. And I predict we're going to have some gameplay at E3.
Well, if what, because I'm a huge Star Wars fan in general. I mean, I love the film so much. And I haven't played Battlefront, so I'm sorry. But if it's going to be like Battlefield Hardline gameplay, but with Star Wars skin, where do I pre-order? I'll get it. Because I love Star Wars, and I really was impressed with Battlefield Hardline, the gameplay, the feel of it. So count me in.
Yeah.
If they get gameplay as well, I'd love to see the graphics on it, because if there was anything I can say for Battlefield Hardline, it was attention to detail, size, and sheer scope. And if they can do that with the Star Wars, that'd be incredible.
Yeah, and I know the planets such as Hoth and Endor, you know, getting and I really want the gameplay to be with like ships as well. There's a pop up there. There's to be with ships and on ground. What am I saying? Starships. Or whatever, the spacecraft, and then on-ground gameplay. So you have a mix of like high ground and low ground, and I just know that it's going to be absolutely awesome. And I'm really excited for this game. I'm already like pumped for this game, even though we haven't received any news much really, apart from one concept art. So yeah.
What game? Do you by any chance know what game types it's going to have?
Yes, well, it's going to be like in the original Battlefield, in the original Battlefront, we had games like Hardpoint, which is just like basically getting the areas of the map, and we also had like Jedi versus like troopers. It was basically just the normal modes, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know it was like capturing the points, and if you captured the points, just like what you do normally. But what makes Battlefront so good is that it's got loads of players in the game. So I reckon they're going to have like 64 player. And because it's what made Battlefront so good was that the characters you could play as a stormtrooper, you could play as a Jedi. No, actually, being a Jedi like Darth Vader or a Han Solo, even though it was Jedi, but it was like special abilities to be them, and you had like special power over everyone else with a lightsaber, with a special pistol, and it also was the environments made Battlefront as it is. It's one of the best Star Wars games to date, in my opinion. And it's a Star Wars game that we always needed because we're lacking Star Wars games. We haven't got the Star Wars game that we want, and hopefully, the last Star Wars game I really played was Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 2. So, and that really hadn't got any multiplayer. So hopefully, Star Wars Battlefront is the Star Wars multiplayer game we want and need.
Well, I personally would love to see, as a Star Wars fan, I'd love to see a game type on the multiplayer which basically involves like in the air, like a game type where there's like maybe 10 pilots and then another 10 pilots and dogfighting in the air with like these like spaceships. It'd be amazing. Or like in space, like you've got like Darth Vader and his troop ships, and then like the rebels from like the Return of the Jedi film and stuff like that. Oh man, it'd be sick.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Absolutely, exactly. You could be fighting on land, and then all of a sudden, like you look up, and then there's this like spacecraft. I've got the Emperor, whatever, and it crashes in on land because there'll be epic destruction moments as well. Like Endor, you could probably set the trees on fire, and that'd be awesome. It would be very much destruction, very much, because they're Battlefield. Battlefield's always been about destruction, and when they bring a Star Wars element into that, it's just going to be amazing. I know it is.
Well, they could do so much with Star Wars. Like, even just then, I had another idea. Like, I can't remember which Star Wars film this is from. The one with all the snow. A New Hope. I think it's not A New Hope.
No.
The Empire Strikes Back. With Luke Skywalker. It'd be cool if, like, another game type, you had like a snowy setting, like massive landscape, and you all start.
Hoth. Yeah, Hoth.
Yeah, you all start on foot on the ground with your gun, and maybe like a Titanfall element. Like you get enough kills, and you can drop one of those like big robot things. You get in the robot, and then maybe 4 of your mates get in the robot with you. You shoot, and then maybe another one where like a spaceship is put down for you, and then you get in your aircraft, and you can go around. Oh man, that'd be incredible.
It'll be so good. I really hope they like space and land together, so you can fight in space and land at the same time. Would be awesome. And with the power of next gen, they can obviously do that. And also, it's been time. It's been about 10 years since Battlefront, so they've had the time to do it. Well, apart from doing all the Battlefield games, but hopefully they take their time to deliver what games like I really want.
Well, it's all about you, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, all about me. It's got to please me. If it doesn't please me, there will be trouble. Right.
Just donate £2 a month to the Help Chris Foundation, which we bring him games that only he wants and nobody else wants.
That's right.
Oh, bloody hell. No, man, honestly, Star Wars is a huge topic. You could go on all day.
I know.
There's so much you could do. You could have just a Jedi on Jedi game type where you're Jedis versus Siths. Like, first to die fighting with light.
And also I want to add on that Star Wars Battlefront had the most epic music because it's Star Wars. You know, the music would be awesome when you're fighting. Like, yeah, you know, and all that. So good.
I think more games need to do that. I think more games need to have music in the background of multiplayer. Halo does it, I think. And it gets
Halo was very good about music.
Yeah, Halo 5 Beta done it really well. Like if you were winning and it was coming to the end of the match, it started doing like this rock sort of music, and you were like, "Oh, pumped!" Like it made you play better. It was wicked.
Yeah. And also a moment that I really liked in Star Wars Battlefront is when there was like the cafe where they were all like with the trombones, and that moment I remember playing some Battlefront, shooting, and then just taking a break. You know what? Actually, I'll go in this cafe, sit down, and listen to the music while all the fighting's going on outside. That was so good. It was absolutely brilliant. Right. Do you want to talk about the next topic?
I was going to say, I think we've got a bit off topic with this Star Wars.
Yeah.
No.
We'll do another podcast on that. Right.
Yeah. Episode 12, Star Wars.
Right. We had a game that I have loved, I've enjoyed. She has been the best protagonist ever in a game, not because she's been in loads and loads of games, but recently we were introduced to an origins of this character, and was the best origin story of the character I have ever seen. It was done so good. It was so perfect, and one of the best games I've played on the Xbox One and 360 for that matter. And that is, of course, Tomb Raider. Lara Croft as the Tomb Raider. So good. And the game was absolutely brilliant, focusing on the survival, the isolation of this character, how she becomes the Tomb Raider, like scarred for life, for like all the stuff she's been through, all the pain she suffered, all her friends had been sort of killed, and she's gone through so much to become the character we all know and love, and that is Tomb Raider. And at E3 we were announced to Rise of the Tomb Raider. That's right, a sequel to Tomb Raider, and was going to be exclusive to the Xbox platforms, but of course it turned out to be a timed exclusive, and Microsoft is really putting a lot of time and effort into this game, Tomb Raider, to make sure, by Crystal Dynamics, to make sure it's the perfect game that we all want. And Rise of the Tomb Raider, I'm superbly looking forward to, because it is just amazing. We received some concept art for that. And, it's Tomb Raider as we all know. Before, there was limited weapons because it was just the birth of Tomb Raider. But now we have Tomb Raider in full glory, and the setting is going to be in a nice snowy environment. And we have, like, animals, we have deer, we have crows, we have bears, and we have, like, introduced some new villains and some new tombs. And I cannot wait, because it's going to be an absolute beautiful, stunning game. And I know that for a fact it's going to look beautiful and stunning. And if you haven't played Tomb Raider, please do, because it's one of the best games I've played on Xbox One. For a fact, it's so good. And what can we see at E3 2015? And I think we're going to see some gameplay, obviously.
What sort of gameplay would you like to see? Because I've never played the game. I've seen gameplay footage, and the first one looked amazing. I'll most likely buy this one. And I like Lara Croft anyway. I love the old Tomb Raider games. I don't know if there's any similarities between this and the old ones, but they do look very good.
Yeah.
But what would you want?
Basic.
To clarify, we're talking about games that we intend or specifically think are going to be turning up at E3. Yeah. So you think this is definitely going to be some gameplay, do you? Yeah.
Well, I think that we're going to have some. Obviously, we're going to have some gameplay, because they've put a lot of money into this to make sure it's an Xbox exclusive, and to just neglect it would be hopeless. They put a lot of money into this, and then, to make it sure it's an Xbox exclusive for about 6 months. So they're obviously going to put care and time into this game, so much in fact that they're creating a separate studio like for the 360 version and for the Xbox One version, and they're going to focus all their time on the Xbox One version and have a separate studio for the 360 version, because Microsoft is really wanting this game to be on their platforms as the best place to play this game on the Xbox One. And the gameplay that I would like is to show her like surviving on the cliffs, on these snowy mountains, and to show like some new darts, like a new bow and arrow, and to show some new mechanics with like the fire dart and the fire effects, and maybe some new mechanics like as a trap dart or something which throws like a net on the enemies, whatever. And that's what I would like to see. You know, it's just it's going to be so good.
Is there any key moments in maybe the story that you expect to be, like any hints you expect to be dropped? Like I said, for like Halo, I believe that Master Chief's there's going to be some subtle hints dropped about the future of the Master Chief story arc. What could you say about this for like your prediction and what you expect to see or want to see?
Well, basically, Tomb Raider Lara Croft is basically, that was our origin story back in Tomb Raider. So now we haven't had much to go on the story apart from that one bit of that trailer there. And basically, well, she was with like a psychiatric whatever, and she was basically confronting about what she had seen. And you know, she is scarred for what she has seen, and basically, I think what she goes hunting for the tombs, for the artifacts, but I think she goes out of her depth. I think there's a new like tribe or enemy we have to face, because before it was like this weird kind of like cannibalism tribe who were like killing people up and chopping them up into bits and throwing them down. And it was so weird. It was very creative, and it was about the sort of like the gods and freeing this sort of the queen from in order to free the island, you had to free the queen. Well, I think in this game it's going to be all about the artifact and Tomb Raider, which we can actually see raiding tombs, and I cannot wait, because this is the fully developed Tomb Raider game.
Do you know what? From what you've said, I'd be very, very interested if they went in on a whole different angle. Like, of course, we're going to see, by the sounds of things, the Tomb Raider in full, like the full package, like what we expected to see eventually. But I think they should really delve in quite deep on her mental state. I'd like to see the psychological side of her story. Like you said, she's scarred. She's seen a lot. I'd like in the gameplay. Even if it's just a 5-minute clip of like some gameplay and maybe a cutscene, it'd be interesting to see like where her head is at after all these experiences. That'd be my prediction or what I'd like to see. And
also, I want to touch on that. They also in Tomb Raider announced a multiplayer aspect, and the multiplayer aspect was terrible. It was so bad. I don't know why they needed multiplayer. And in single player, you got access to all these weapon upgrades. They were good, but there were no enemies to use them, so they were pointless. You could like find about 2 enemies after you completed the game, and about 50 upgrades you could do, which were pointless because you couldn't shoot anyone. It was just like really, you didn't really care for the people who finished the game. You wanted them to just go on to this multiplayer aspect, and then it was just kind of ruined, but it made up for how good single player was. So in this Rise of the Tomb Raider, please just ditch the multiplayer aspect of the game. Please just ditch the multiplayer aspect and continue on that, delivering that solo awesome single player experience.
So that's what you'd like to see happen. That's what you predict will happen with this game, yeah?
Yeah, it'll be focused on solo gameplay. I doubt they'll have multiplayer.
No, that's interesting, because obviously I never played, so I wouldn't know, but I do think that they should exhaust all their efforts, because this is a game that now, because it is Xbox One exclusive now. It's not even timed. It's just straight up Xbox One exclusive, and they should definitely have, now they're going to have an independent studio just on the Xbox One version. They should really capitalise on the graphics and the gameplay and the story. And I want to see the psychological side of Lara Croft. That's what I'd like to see.
Absolutely. We're moving on to another topic, and that is, of course, my favourite franchise throughout history. Hint, hint. And it's one of the amazing games, not only because the mechanics are so good, but actually people were using this game in their history lessons to teach them about history and how people were in that time period, because this game is so historically accurate that people were using this game. And of course, what game am I talking about? Well, that is, of course, the Assassin's Creed franchise. Our latest one was Assassin's Creed Unity, and was absolutely superb at telling the Paris story, even though when the game launched it was buggy. That's right, Biju's got it there, and it was so buggy. The game was so buggy, and people lost aspects of that game, but to me it really was historically accurate to Paris at that time during the French Revolution. It wasn't the Paris we expected. If someone says Paris to you, they'll be expecting this amazing city, vibrant city, and but this was really dark and really sort of a depressing moment in Paris during the French Revolution. And it was so good, not because of the historically accurate it was, but they used the render with the CPU, and thousands, I mean more than 50,000 people in the game was the most amount of people I have seen in a video game for a fact. If you get Assassin's Creed Unity, I doubt you'll find another game like it. The amount of people is stupidly ridiculous, and they all have a character. Like one would be angry at you for breaking into their house, and there's murder mysteries, and it's a superb game, and I'm excited because we have news for the next Assassin's Creed, and that's called Assassin's Creed Victory. The next one set where? In London, no doubt. Yes, right, in London, 18th century, no, 19th century London. It's got to be absolutely superb because it was very grim during the 19th century, the Victorian. It was very like the Industrial Revolution. There was a lot of grime. There was like how it's all about. I'm really excited for that game because we got some news on that game that we're going to have a grappling hook, and that was like, a grappling hook? And apparently it's going to reach top of buildings faster. And we'll go back. I forgot what we were talking about, but E3 predictions. We're definitely gonna see some gameplay for Assassin's Creed Victory.
Not only do I expect to see gameplay, but they didn't do much wrong with Unity in my opinion. Yeah, it was a bit buggy, but I think they should do what Assassin's Creed Unity done, but build on that. And I predict that we will see. They'll be stupid if they don't do this, but when we see the gameplay, I want to see co-op. I know we had co-op on Unity.
Yes. But yes, I want to so add on that.
I want to see full co-op. I mean, single-player co-op, limitless co-op, from beginning to end. If me and you wanted to play the campaign together, we can. I want to see the customization bigger. I want to see some customization gameplay, like showing off your character. Because again, Unity done it great, but I want to see more. I want to see more colors available. I want to see more suits, more tailored clothing, more hoods, more weapons. I want to see Unity times 10, and I want to see a nice glimpse of that. I want to see, it's not like it'd be new. We know what's coming, but I just want to see like a 10-minute clip of just them running through the menus, the customization, and the friends element, like cooperative play, and then maybe some 5-minute, 10-minute gameplay of me and you, like two friends playing the single player. That's what I expect to see and would like to see.
Yeah, I absolutely want co-op. Co-op. In fact, why wasn't co-op done before, like Assassin's Creed 2? Why wasn't co-op implemented that further on? Because it's the best thing Assassin's Creed ever done was add co-op. It's amazing, and I cannot wait for Assassin's Creed Victory. They're obviously going to have co-op in that. It's been a huge success for them to add co-op, and the trailer when they showed off co-op on Assassin's Creed in that trailer put a smile right to my face because it was funny and it was finally what we could do, be an assassin with friends. Please ditch that multiplayer. It was not good. I didn't like the multiplayer. You may disagree, but this co-op element to it is superb. Me and Biju were playing co-op and we were really liking it. It's a nice style on it, and like you said, play a campaign with co-op, very good. You could, if you're struggling on a mission and you're alone, you're very lonely, so then you get a friend to help you on, and so you can complete the mission. And I also want to add on that, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, that would have been an awesome game to have co-op on. Can you imagine if you're going on a ship and then you're like suddenly eyeglass and then you spot another player in the distance? It'd be like, what? And then you'll start attacking the other player, and that would be amazing. And I predict a trailer where we're in a ship. I know it's set in London, but we could, go on ships and attack people. so we'll be in ships, and then like co-op partner with you and attacking other ships, and that would be so good. That'd be brilliant. That would be my perfect gameplay.
Well, I've already said what I'd like to see, and if they had a bit of like some ships elemented in it as well, that'd be incredible. But no, I just think Assassin's Creed Unity has already creeped in the odd a few great features like co-op. I did enjoy the co-op on Unity, but for Victory, I'd certainly like to see the next step taken, like single player co-op, not just co-op missions. And I do want to see some gameplay footage of that. But honestly, look, we haven't seen a Victory trailer yet, have we?
No, actually, a trailer was announced, but we didn't see it.
Because I was just thinking, I very much doubt we're going to see any gameplay this early on. I think come E3, I think we'll be lucky to see a trailer.
I totally disagree because apparently it's releasing holiday 2015, and if they didn't release something now, then they'll never will.
No, true. Okay, I didn't realise that. I thought it'd have been like a New Year release 2016 kind of thing.
And this was the problem. Take their time. Stop releasing it year after year. I don't want another Assassin's Creed. I hardly even finished Unity. That was a perfect game, and you're basically shoving that out the window to get a new one. Even though it is set in London, I'd be definitely to get it because it is set in London. I could probably say London 50 times. If they go on stage at E3 and say, "Your next Assassin's Creed is set in London," blow people away. Oh my God, it's set in London. It'd be amazing.
No, but you're right though. I mean, I didn't even know it was going to be out this year. I'm actually quite annoyed it is because I don't want another FIFA on our hands. I mean, I don't want another FIFA on our hands.
And we all know what happened to FIFA.
Oh God, FIFA 16, everyone. I've predicted it. FIFA 16.
Yeah. Another shade of grass to put on that pitch of yours.
Yeah, just don't worry. It's basically FIFA 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, but you've got one more shade of grass on the pitch, so it's worth spending another £50 for it. They're also going to show a trailer for the next 20 FIFAs just to save them the trouble.
They will also add some more DLC for different coloured footballs, about £12 each.
Yeah, and also if you want to waste another £50, they're going to release a game DLC called FIFA Studs, where basically you spend £50 and you can put like a little picture on the bottom of your stud on the football pitch.
Absolutely.
You're a daft.
Right. Whoever likes FIFA, can you please exit the chat? We don't want you here. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
No, don't say that. That's we got no viewers now.
Oh man, what a shame. Too bad they like FIFA. Right.
What's the next on the agenda, Sir Teleprompter Tea Drinker?
Right. I'm putting my just adjusting my suit for a old school game old school game company called Rare Studios. Rare Studios had a few amazing games in its lineup. I'm just going to put a game that I'm really excited, and I know that's developed by Rare, is Banjo and Kazooie. I know what you're talking about, man. That's a children's game. You can't say that. Well, I can say that, not only because it's a children's game, but it's an adult's game as well. Basically, it's a bear. Basically, there's this bear and a parrot, and basically, there's this bear and a parrot, and basically they go on adventures together for about. There's this evil witch, and you basically go on these adventures to like slay the witch or whatever. And it is a really good game. I played Banjo and Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, and I really enjoyed that game, even though that's a new game. And it's been going on for yonks. A lot of old school gamers really want another Banjo and Kazooie, and I predict we're going to have an announcement for Banjo and Kazooie. Not because it's just a highlight of Rare Studios, and Phil Spencer said that Rare are going back to gaming. That's his exact words. Where Rare are going back to gaming, and not that Connect rubbish, waving your hands, oh, where's the ball gone? I don't know where it is. No, they're going back to gaming. So, yeah. And then also another game is Viva Pinata, which is as like Viva Pinatas, these little animals stuffed with candy, and all these little animals, environments, and it's just a fun game for children to play. And if Rare comes out and announce Banjo Kazooie and Viva Pinata, a lot of children will be wanting to get the Xbox One, to ask their parents for an Xbox One. And also a game recently I had to look up because I've never heard it before. A lot of old school gamers have heard of this game. But when Phil Spencer came out on that Windows 10 conference, he had a shirt on. Yes, that's right, he had a shirt on. But what was on the shirt? That's more important. And it was Battletoads, a logo for Battletoads. And normally, what Phil Spencer has done in the past, he wears these shirts, and then the game announces like a week later. So he was wearing a battle. Yeah, he was. Yeah, absolutely mad.
But he was wearing a shirt.
Yeah, I know, it's mad. I mean,
shirt for? Like, clearly we want Phil Spencer out there flashing his nipples.
Oh man. Right, so yeah, Battletoads. It's a game that I think released in 1991. It's a punch-up game in arcade where you like two buttons in the arcade pounding, and people actually really liked the game, and so I reckon we're going to get an announcement prediction for a remake of Battletoads.
Did you when you said about Banjo and Kazooie? Do you think they're going to be doing an announcement for a remaster or for a new game altogether?
For a new game altogether.
Well, that's alright then. I'm sick of all these remasters, man. It's doing my bloody head in.
Yeah, absolutely.
The only game I want to hear coming out of E3 is a remaster. It's the Gears of War collection. Otherwise, I don't want to hear anything else. Sick of the remasters, man.
Right. Our next game is from a game company that has done a lot of RPG, damn it, open world games.
RPG.
Role-playing games. That's what I mean. RPGs, right? Role-playing games. So like Skyrim and especially Fallout, and that is Bethesda, which are going to hold their new E3 conference, and hopefully, fingers crossed. I know, hold your fingers, because Fallout 4 may be announced at the Bethesda conference. That's right, June the 14th, in the grand old places of Hollywood. No, yes, that's right, Hollywood, to announce. They can't be like announcing a little DLC for Elder Scrolls Online. No, they're going to announce something big, and that is Fallout 4. Hands down, Fallout 4 is coming at E3 2015, or I'm out of YouTube entirely.
I honestly, after what you just said, and I've read on the internet loads of people on about the big booth, Bethesda, and I'd love to see a Fallout 4 announcement. I really would. I honestly got to think they're going to as well. That it's around the time, because it was 2008 that Fallout 3 came out, so that's a long time ago. And Bethesda's a huge company. They're the ones who did Skyrim, correct? Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Skyrim, that was out a few years ago now, and it's just such an amazing game. And they need to. I really want to see Fallout 4. I love the whole open world aspect of the nuclear apocalypse and all that keeps. I love it, and I really. I've never played a Fallout game. See, I've never played Fallout ever. I've only ever played Elder Scrolls. So, and I love that. I love Elder Scrolls. So I'd really like to see. God, I got an itch. I'd really like to see Fallout 4 announced, and just imagine how nice the visuals would be.
Absolutely. Like, can you imagine a post-apocalyptic world? Right, we need our cups of tea if we're a bit tongue-tied. But a post-apocalyptic world, right, next gen. Would be amazing. You know, Fallout 3 was very good because it was just you were really isolated, alone, and there was like different things, and you had to stay away from there, otherwise you'll get murdered. And there were a lot of sort of mutants, like mutant crabs. There's a name for everything. But there was like these mutant crabs. When you go in the water, you had to be wary of those. There was these mutant ghouls and ghosts that when you crossed near a town, they would attack you and kill you. And there was like mutant dogs. There was mutant mole rat things with large teeth. And you know, it was a crazy world, and a lot of people were loving it. You know, RPGs. Like Skyrim, but this set in a post-apocalyptic world is just amazing. And what was so good about Fallout is there was this forget it, and with a sort of watch on that it could like slow down time, and you could choose what body part you would like to shoot first. And obviously, everyone went for the head, so it was very good.
What do you think? What do you expect to see Fallout-wise, like on stage? Because you're making a big deal of this Bethesda thing. So
Yes.
what do you expect to see? What are you expecting?
Well, they haven't. I don't think they've even produced it. But what I want is a mic drop. They just come out and say, "You know what we've got? What would you have? Well, we've got Fallout," and then boom, mic drop, and walk out.
Walk off stage, and then just have jaws dropped.
Yeah, because they haven't even thought about it really. I don't. Unless they've kept it secret, like the HoloLens. I bet they like kept it underground somewhere, some in a secret bunker, Area 51. They're actually working on Fallout 4. So, you know, so it'll be just good.
Though, because a game like that, because Brad Wardell, the DirectX 12 guy, he said that a lot of games developers have already got their hands on DirectX 12, and we could see DirectX 12 specific coded games on multi-platform or exclusive to date if the game developers put the extra hours in. So I'm hoping that if Bethesda have done it right, they might have utilised DX12 for the Xbox One version's potential. And hopefully, I am really hoping like that we see like some really nice visuals in the future. I really do doubt we'll see any kind of like gameplay. At the very most, we might see a little teaser trailer. I don't know, but yeah, but maybe just an announcement.
But what was so good about this is that Bethesda's first conference, and obviously they're going to open it with a bang. Like, if they just do Elder Scrolls Online, subscription fee, no more, stuff like that, it just would be hopeless. It'd be a waste of time. Why have the grand old place of Hollywood to do a big, massive conference to not announce Fallout? In fact, that's on everyone's tongue. everyone who would be in that room watching that conference would be saying Fallout 4 the entire time. And if they don't do it, if they do not announce Fallout 4, there will be riots on the street.
Well, speaking of Fallout 4, because of the nature of that game, I just want to throw out a quick prediction that just hit my head then. Earlier this year, last year, we saw Metro, the game Metro 2023, and Metro Last Light. They did a redo, of the two games on one disc, called Metro Redo, and it was brought to the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, revamped, redone, remade, and I think they've done that because I honestly do think they're going to announce at E3 Metro 3, like the next one. I don't know what they'll call it. What could they call it? Like Metro the Beginning? I don't know, something cool like that. But I reckon they're going to announce the third installment of Metro. And I really hope so, because all this talk of like post-apocalyptic, nuclear, bloody wasteland, I love Metro's one of my favourite games, and I honestly believe we'll see some kind of announcement for that. What's next on the list, Chris? Before I bore people.
Well, next on the list is a game that we recently got a trailer today. One of these superb game trailers. Not actually a game trailer, just a trailer in general. But the music was absolutely amazing, and from that trailer, you can tell that it was the game I'm about to announce, and the game where you have the freedom to do whatever you want, and that is, of course, Just Cause 3. That's right, one of the unbelievable games, Just Cause 2 being one of my favourite all-time games, like the freedom, open world that was bigger than Grand Theft Auto 5, and you know how big Grand Theft Auto 5 is, it's humongous. So a world bigger than Grand Theft Auto 5, whoa, you step back and then just think about that, it's unbelievable. And the thing about Just Cause, what made it so good, wasn't the fact you could grappling hook onto canisters, shoot the canister, and watch the guy fly up into the air and then blow up. Or it wasn't the fact you could attach cars to planes and then fly them, and it was so good. But it was the fact you could do that in no other game before it. And it was absolutely brilliant because you had the grappling hook and the parachute, which meant you could approach a mission from any angle you would like. Like, how do I get up there? How do I get up there? Oh, I know, I've got a grappling hook. And then you fly up, and then you go on the building, and it's absolutely humongous.
What do you expect to see? What do you predict at the end of the game? What do you hope to see at E3 regarding Just Cause 3?
So what I predict is gameplay, because
I've never played the game. See, I've only seen the trailer. So from what I've seen, it's a very destructive game. There's not many limits to what you can do. Like you said, approaching a mission, open world. So what would you like to see? What do you predict to see at E3 for Just Cause 3?
Yeah. So basically, what I want is gameplay. I think everyone wants gameplay. We saw that trailer. There's obviously got to be gameplay because we're close. It's holiday 2015, and I think they're trying to get that. That is their launch date is holiday 2015. But I do think that delays are to come. But for my predictions, what gameplay I would like is basically just destruction on a mighty scale. And who is the dictator that I've forgotten the guy's name. I think it's Rico. That's his Rico, who he hates, despises, and all the dictators from Just Cause 1, 2 have been killed by Rico, and it's just insane because in Just Cause 2, the dictator, I've forgotten his name, but he was attached to a missile and then it exploded. It was hilarious and so funny, and it's so action packed. It's absolutely brilliant, and I know they're going to have some awesome gameplay, and I just cannot wait. Well, I'm sorry, folks, but Beedrew has gone. So I'm gonna have to call him back. There he
Chris,
is, just in case. Yeah,
are we still live?
yeah, we're still live.
Oh, I don't know what happened then. My bloody phone just went bye-bye and I just had to connect it again. Are you
Right.
cool?
Yeah, I'm cool. Right.
See me?
Yeah. Our
Right,
next game is a game that me and Beedrew are very much excited about because we both cried at this game. In fact, it was so emotional that we basically had we basically produced a jug of water from our tears, and it is of course The Walking Dead by Telltale Games, season
yeah.
3.
Oh, do you know what? I can't wait for this, and I truly would like it if Telltale came on stage and actually announced it, because they do. Because I know they didn't do this for the previous two, because it was an arcade game,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, they're meant to
It'd
be
be nice.
little. Yeah.
But it has gotten so big now. Like Telltale have gotten so much bigger. It would be really quite nice, personally, in my opinion, to see them come on stage and announce seasons 3, and because they've got such a fan base now, and a lot of people are hungry for it. And I honestly think that there's going to be something. They got to. They're big enough now. They should do it. And I'd like to see that. And I'd like to see maybe just a couple of minutes of gameplay, or not gameplay, maybe just a trailer or a cutscene of Clementine when she's older. That's all I'd like to see.
Yeah. Because it's just a small indie game that's managed to develop into how big it was, and that is because it's just an absolutely brilliant game. It was so small and not a lot of people played it, but then those people who played it requested it from another friend who said to another friend to a friend, and then the fan base just blew up, and then people really want this to be amazing. And when they announced Series 3, they want the game that is emotional, that connects with them again, just as like Season 1 and 2 did. And I cannot wait for this the Telltale Series 3 game.
Can I just make a prediction, though, regarding Walking Dead Season 3?
Yep.
I reckon, now that it's on New Gen, I reckon it's going to be a much bigger game. I don't think we're going to see just like 6 episodes. I think we might be touching around the 12 episode mark, in my opinion. I think they're going to really take the next step for this season of Walking Dead. I think not only are we going to see Clementine a lot older, not only do I think Clementine's going to take this child under her wing that she's looking after, like she's going to be the lead kind of in comparison to the original season, being the adult looking after a child. But I think that they could do so much more. I think the interactions. Don't get me wrong. I don't want them to do too much, because the original season 1, was so simple, and that's what made it great. But I reckon they could do so much more in terms of bigger buildings that you're exploring in. Maybe throw in a few other elements, like instead of just life choices, like get rid of this person, kill this person, or keep this person with you kind of thing. Maybe some more critical choices to expand on the Walking Dead universe,
Yeah.
like do you fortify and build this house, or do you forget what you've just seen and move on to the next location, that kind of thing.
But
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but do you think this is the final one? Do 1, 2, and 3, or do you think this would be continuous?
It could be continuous, but I don't want it to be. At least for the Clementine story.
Yeah.
I think if they do decide to make like another 10 Walking Dead games, I think this will be the last we see of Clementine.
Yeah.
I reckon we're going to see maybe Clementine possibly die in this one, and that could lead to like another character, maybe the kid that she's looked after, and then you'll see a repeat of like what happened between Season 1 and Season 2. I reckon we're going to see this kid grow up for the Season 4, but that's going a bit far ahead. But I honestly can predict that I think Clementine will die in this one. I really do. I think if she doesn't die, she's gonna maybe get lost, like move on, like go ahead and leave this kid, say you're ready now, I gotta go, bye-bye. But I think it'll be the last in terms of Clementine's story, however way you want to.
Yeah, it is sort of time to close. It's the game that we want to close Clementine off, but we really don't want to see her die because we've been with her so much. But in order to achieve that like emotion and the strong connection, we're obviously going to have some sort of major death or really tragic event that's going to happen, and that could just be Clementine's death.
Yeah, but I do think when they do finish with Clementine's story, if they left it like, oh, what happened to Clementine kind of thing, like if they don't just kill her off, I honestly think that they should do a prequel, maybe comic book series just about Clementine's story. Like, do you know what I mean? Like actually release issues of comics about Clementine and her story.
See,
Sorry. Oh, have we finished talking about E3 now?
No.
All right, that's fine. I was just wondering. But no, yeah, that's what I'd like to see with Clem. I'd like to see Walking Dead Seasons 3 announced. I'd like to see some gameplay so we know where we are, what to expect. Although I predict that we're going to see Clementine older, being the adult, looking after the kid, and that's what I'd like to see out of Walking Dead. I think this should be the final season in terms of Clementine, and maybe if they're going to continue with Walking Dead, they should bring in new characters and a new plot.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. I think it is time that we close it, and I predict that we have some flashbacks to Lee, because Lee was like the ultimate character choice, and when we had that little flashback in season 2, just like melted people's hearts like hot butter. So it really was absolutely amazing. Oh, and also, did you played the 400 days?
Yes, and I loved it. Yeah. And actually, that tied in with season 2. Like a lot of the characters that were in 400 days were in season 2, weren't they?
Yeah, but there were actually some characters that we did not get to see in 400 days, like the prisoner and the drug addict and someone else. But they could make a return.
Oh no, definitely. It'd be nice to see, and frankly, I think that's why they did 400 days, to sort of like just throw in a few random characters. So up the line, they could do like a separate, like like a whole new plot, but with new characters.
Yeah, predicted it. Right.
We were the first to say it.
Yeah, right on here on the Welsh Chris podcast. Right. Our next up, we have an indie game called. No, we don't actually. We have Forza Motorsport 6.
Wow. Well, all I have to say is they've already released that 55 seconds of absolute beauty. So we can sort of chalk off, write off the fact that there might be a teaser trailer because we've already had that. I think we need to see some demo gameplay. I want to see them showing it off in full force. I want to see a big screen and I want to see some gameplay. I want to see some mechanics. I want to see them implement some Connect features where you can learn about parts of the engine and fix the car with Connect. I want to see the graphics. I want to see some real graphics shown. I want to see an announcement that they're using DirectX 12. Because after that trailer, if they're not using DirectX 12, honestly, if that trailer they shown, 55 seconds, if they are not using DirectX 12, I would be worried if I was like a PlayStation 4 owner or a PC owner, like in terms of competition.
Yeah,
because if that's the level of graphics Xbox is pushing out without DirectX 12, which by all accounts is meant to be the big, massive, like secret sauce boom in the face that Xbox has got coming this year, then I'd be worried about if I was anyone else, because that is the most impressive looking graphics I've seen in a long time. It was 55 seconds where I was just completely blown away and confused. I wasn't even sure if it was gameplay at one point. I was like, is this an actual car? Like, it looked so real. And I think they need to show gameplay on the stage and show it off to the max.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the best, I know it's on PlayStation, but I've saw some of the scenes. Forza 5 was absolutely beautiful in graphics, but a lot of people don't like the professionalism. People really want the Forza Horizon 2, and that was really good. And I think Forza Motorsport 6 is going back to the professionalism. But yeah, it's the graphics were amazing, and a game that on PlayStation that I've seen is Drive Club, where the rain effects, and that is the best looking. I'm sorry to say, but it is the best looking driving game. It may not be the best working driving game, but it's the best looking driving game. And I think Forza Motorsport 6 is going to give them a run for their money.
Honestly, I kind of agree with what you're saying in terms of Drive Club. Like, I've seen some comparison videos, and the Drive Club game, I think the mechanics, like how the car moves and stuff, looks better. But I'd say, I honestly, not to make this a graphics comparison podcast, this is about predictions, but seeing as you said that, I honestly think that the Forza games look better. I think the colours are better. I think it looks more real. It's almost like with Drive Club, in my opinion. It's like they've dumbed it down. It looks quite dim. It doesn't look vibrant.
Well, it's actually like when the rain effects, didn't they like put too much rain effects? In fact, it was so rain that they couldn't even see out the windscreen. It was so. Because they basically, PlayStation said to them, how are we going to compete with Forza Horizon 2? I know, why don't we put like thousands and thousands and thousands of particles of rain to blow people away? You know.
Well, do you know, I know, like I said, this is about predictions, not like a fanboy argument here. But like, I just got to say this, seeing as we were talking about it, and I don't know, I just need to get it off my chest. But a lot of people out there, like fanboys, will argue that PlayStation is like miles better in terms of graphics than Xbox One, and those people are entitled to their opinion. I'm not going to sit here and tell them they're wrong. It's their opinion. But like any game I've seen comparisons of, any game whatsoever, even games that are like been like shipped at 720p, like I believe Battlefield 4 or Battlefield, but was like 720p on launch, and then a 1080p on that PS4 on launch. But like, it just looked better on the Xbox for me. I mean, like, again, like the P's, all the arguments about the P's. I'm going to try and keep this brief because this is not about graphics, this podcast. But it's because you said it just hit me. I have to get off my chest. All these games, Watch Dogs, it looked better on the Xbox, in my opinion. I know they're exclusives, but Drive Club versus Forza. Forza looked better, in my opinion. Looked more colourful, looked more vibrant, looked more real. What else? Well, any game, really. Assassin's Creed. I know Assassin's Creed Unity was proven to look better on Xbox because of the frame rates, but still, regardless of the proof and the numbers, because I don't care about that stuff, when you look at videos, it looked better on the Xbox. And I'm yet to see a game that genuinely doesn't look, not on paper, but to the naked eye, look. I am yet to see a game that looks better on the PlayStation. I think it looks better on the Xbox. I think the developers are doing better things. The frames are more better. It's more smooth. The colors, the vibrancy. Is that a word, vibrancy? It just looks better, in my personal opinion. But that's just me.
All right, we're gonna have to skim read this because we've got so much more topics that we've already not even touched. We haven't even touched the second side of this paper. So I'm see if we can quickly go through Fable Legends, the next Fable game.
Okay, well I'm gonna be very quick on what I have to say about Fable Legends. I reckon okay, let's slow down. Right, Fable Legends, to keep that brief, we're pretty much up to date with Fable Legends. We already have seen some little bits of gameplay. They announced a lot of it with Windows 10 DirectX 12 at the Windows conference. We know what to expect, really. We're going to see some more gameplay. They're going to show off DX12. It's not even a prediction, it's just common sense, really. That's what I have to say on Fable Legends in terms of upcoming E3.
Yeah, and I just quickly want to add, like Fable Legends compatibility with the Xbox One and PC, like we saw at the demonstration with Phil Spencer. But it'd be so cool if, like, we had the smart glass feature, but that no really app has made it to smart glass properly, like PlayStation has with their phones. But Fable Legends, you could be playing as the villain. And put the monsters down on smart glass, and then someone on the Xbox One playing gets the monsters down, and that sort of compatibility between the PC, the Xbox, and the smart glass is the future for gaming.
You're right. We do need to see that. That much we need to see. I would really like to see on stage them showing the cross-platform compatibility for Windows 10 or Fable Legends, like the 4 people playing on the Xbox One against the villain, and then the villain could be on his tablet, like playing the Empire Earth side of it, like controlling the hordes on his tablet or his PC or his phone. That would be incredible. That would be very cool. It'd be nice for them to demonstrate Fable Legends along with Windows 10 features.
Yeah, right. We're gonna skip for this.
Yeah, keep going. We try to keep it quick.
Titanfall 2. Absolutely.
Titanfall 2. So go on, you say your bit and then I'll say my bit.
Right, Titanfall 2 is going to be amazing because it is going to be a single player. I reckon they're going to have a single player mode because the online mode didn't quite cut it. It was very poor in my opinion, and they needed. Yeah, no, not the online campaign mode in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. But I think Titanfall was a beta test for Titanfall 2, and I say that because it was their first ever game by Respawn Entertainment, and it was good of like Microsoft and EA to fund this and to bring it to the Xbox platforms as an exclusive. But I think it's time to bring it multi-platform, and a lot of people say that stay with exclusive, but I have a lot of people that really want to play this game on their platforms, and and I hope that it does come to other platforms, and I hope that they explore this universe and lore of the Titanfall with the creatures, the pilots, the IMC, the militia, and I really want a game where they explore this world. And I predict that at E3 we're going to get some gameplay showing on other platforms and not just the Xbox One.
Well, I think, I definitely think they're going to make an announcement. There's been so much speculation about Titanfall 2 and it going multi-platform, and in my personal opinion, if enough people are talking about it, it's got to have come from somewhere. The sources have had to have amounted from somewhere. So I think we are definitely in for an announcement at least. Whether there's a trailer or some gameplay, I don't know. It'd be nice to see, but I'm certain we'll see an announcement. But honestly, I'm not gonna shoot myself in the foot too early, but I think Titanfall 1 was incredible the way it was. I think it was incredible. I mean, they could have done a single player, but the fact that it was strictly multiplayer, I was happy with that. I enjoyed the gameplay. I thought it was a very good online multiplayer game. I still love playing it now. A lot of my friends have recently got it because of the EA drop in price. But with Titanfall 2, I just hope they don't do too much with it, because they made this mistake with like Modern Warfare 2 from Modern Warfare, Call of Duty, the original Modern Warfare. You know, it had success, it was really good, and then they added too much to it. But the only annoying thing about it going multi-platform, I don't disagree with it going multi-platform. Frankly, with any game, if it's like, you know, like I won't be upset that it's gone multi-platform. We don't need Titanfall to be only Xbox One. It's not like Halo or Gears where it's got history. You could do anything with it. I'm not overly bothered. But the only thing that frustrates me, and I hope a lot of a lot of people who watch this agree, but what really frustrates me is PlayStation 4 fans. It's really, I'm going to sound like a right fanboy here, but I don't even care. They make themselves look so pathetic every single time with things like this. But like Titanfall 1, when it came out at launch, it couldn't do anything right. You had PlayStation people slating it, making fun of what it looked like, making fun of how crap it was, saying it was this, saying it was that. And now that it's been announced for PlayStation 4, well, not announced, but it's very much going to be, I reckon, they're all loving it. They're like, oh, we can't wait for Titanfall 2.
I know. Yeah.
And it's like, wait, hold on. It's like you were just making fun of it. Like they got no backbone. They got absolutely no backbone.
I know, and I said that in a video previous. quickly, I just really want to run down. This is see if we can be as quick as we can. But you talked on another first-person shooter, and that is Call of Duty, our next one. And what I predict we'll see is another World War II, going back to the World War II. And I predict that, trust me on this, that the gameplay that we're going to see is not actually going to be the Call of Duty gameplay, but rather focusing on this mode zombies. And that as a side, I think that this Call of Duty is not actually going to focus on the Call of Duty, but rather the zombies mode. And then it also has multiplayer mode as well. See what I mean?
No, I reckon, yeah. They need to do something different. They can't just go up and announce another Call of Duty. It'd be boring. So I think if they're going to announce World War II, like you said, which would be cool because I like the World War element, it'd be nice if they just introduce something different rather than your run-the-mill Call of Duty announcement. I think that they should, definitely involve like zombies and stuff, because who doesn't like zombies? It's brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that. Next up, we have Quantum Break, a time travel game, like a time travel experiment has gone wrong, and it basically this game by Remedy Entertainment, who produced Alan Wake, are now doing Quantum Break. That rhymes. Quantum Break, Alan Wake. Quantum Break, Alan Wake. Yes, but we're pushed with time, so Quantum Break. We saw some gameplay and it looked absolutely brilliant. We're obviously going to have some gameplay. I predict we're going to have some gameplay this year, 2015.
Yeah, some proper gameplay as well. I mean, a good 20 minutes of it. They should just really show off the story and the basis of it.
Yeah.
What else do we have on E3 so we can move on to just some Xbox stuff?
Right. What's this? Yes. We have Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, we'll end on Red Dead Redemption 2, purely because I thought of this earlier today. We've had, like me and Chris was saying, we've had GTA 5 and Max Payne 3 was like the other year, and we need to see another Red Dead game. And I think what better time, it's new gen, we've had GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 1 was unbelievable. I personally predict and believe we're going to see a subtle hint for Red Dead, even if it is literally just Rockstar Games, maybe like a video of like a hat dropping, a gun, or a drop of blood, and then just Red Dead Redemption 2. I'd be happy with that, as long as I know it's coming. But that's me.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't agree more. Can you imagine if they did a Red Dead Redemption 2? I mean, it was a fantastic game for 360. It pushed the boundaries again for render distance, how far you can look, the difference between Mexico, the desert plains, Utah, whatever. And then it was just an absolute brilliant game. And it was a game that was like the cowboy. You could play as the cowboy you always wanted for horses. And the environment was amazing. And can you imagine the next gen Red Dead Redemption 2? Just fantastic, and I predict the same again. A subtle hint there, but it's a long shot.
It is a long shot, but I'd really like to see it for definite.
And talking of long shots, we have a list, don't we, Bidru? That we have a long shot. This is very far, but what we could expect in the future for Xbox. I predict 1, backwards compatibility.
Just to clarify, we're not talking about E3 anymore, are we? We're done with E3.
No, we are talking about E3 in the future.
What's that?
We're talking about like E3 or any Xbox announcement, whether it be the Microsoft conference, but what we could see in the future for Xbox.
Yeah, exactly. So this now, from now on, guys, we've sort of specified E3. What we're going to talk about now is just general, just the future of Xbox, whether it's E3, GDC, Microsoft Conference, whatever. This is what we are going to. This is our long shots list that we have compiled. So, sorry, start again, Chris.
Right. So we have backwards compatibility for the Xbox 360 to play all your games on the Xbox One. No subscription needed.
I think they should definitely implement this feature. Microsoft owe it to us. We've spent a lot of money Xbox Live subscription, the games we've bought, and if they're going to start making just strictly new gen games and forget about the 360, these companies, they've put their heart and soul in these games. They don't want these games to be forgotten, and I think the only way they can do that is by making it backwards compatibility. Because end of the day, well, it's just a no-brainer, really. Think about it. The only thing stopping me putting bloody Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 in my Xbox One is the software. It won't allow it. They should allow backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
They should do it that day and allow it.
Absolutely, exactly. It'll be a massive selling point and will be destructive against PlayStation. Not saying that Xbox needs to be destructive, but it would be an absolutely goal and a much console seller if they did that. Right. Next up, no subscription. Number 2, no subscription for online gaming.
Well, I'm going to start by saying I originally disagreed. I thought, no way, that's a stupid idea, because it could affect certain aspects. Not that Microsoft need any more money, bloody hell. But then you touched on a good point about PC cross-platform. Do you want to take that point away with you?
Yeah, now we're having the Xbox One and PC cross-platform. PC do not have to play for their multiplayer games, so it would be unfair for Xbox owners to pay for their subscription when basically we're paying for online when PC doesn't have to pay to play, and it's really annoying, But that is a long shot. So that's all I have to say. Number 3. Windows 10 UI announcement, a radical change UI where we had probably circles instead of squares or something. Yeah.
No, I honestly think that E3 would be a great time. Well, if not E3, GDC, anywhere really, but sooner rather than later, because before, soon we're going to see Windows 10 in full flow. I want to see some. I want something to quench my thirst just for the time being. I want to be able to see someone navigating through the new dashboard and show off what it looks like. That's what I want to see. I think we're going to see it soon, and it's only a matter of time. When I don't know. Hopefully, in March, maybe GDC. Even though that's a games developer conference, I know, but it'd be still quite cool if Windows 10 just done a quick little tutorial.
Yeah, and also with the Windows 10 going up to another long shot, Cortana for the Xbox One. How annoying is it to say, Xbox do this, Xbox go back? You could just say Cortana, search the internet, Cortana. Can you play? It sounds natural.
No, it would be. I mean, I've seen a lot of YouTube videos, people comparing Siri to Cortana, and it is literally like having your own little servant. It'd be incredible. Imagine Xbox turn on, and then it turns on, and then it goes, "Hello, B Drew 93, and what would you like to do?" And then I don't know, "Oh, can you please go on Netflix, Cortana?" "Okay, B Drew, Netflix on the way." I don't know. It'd be more personal again. I've fought Kinect's Corner since day one, saying how brilliant it is, and if they could implement Cortana's software, it'd make it even more incredible again. That alone could sell Kinect. That alone could sell more Xboxes. Imagine having that personal experience with your Xbox to an even bigger scale. It'd be incredible. Because I've said from the beginning with the dashboard, Kinect. The Kinect feature as it is now, I think, was originally intended to be Cortana. Obviously, they had to cater for what they had because Cortana wasn't made yet. But yeah, I reckon we're going to see Cortana. I hope we.
Yeah, and I think this last one we'll finish up. Do you think?
We'll see. What's the last one?
Is HoloLens. For Xbox One, we are going to get Minecraft 2 for HoloLens announcement or some kind. HoloLens for Xbox gaming in the future, whether it be Forza, like you've said, Forza Motorsport 5, driving along to make it all realistic, your rear view mirrors and.
Yeah, well, I think there's a few games that they could do it for. There's a lot of potential. I know we've seen VR, but I don't think we've seen anything quite like HoloLens. And I think in the gaming side of things, take a game like Forza Motorsport 6. Imagine TV out of the equation. You're just sitting on the sofa. You've got your helmet on, like your controller as well, and like you're just in your head. You're in the car. You're driving the car. You can look behind you. You can move your your rear view mirror. You can steer. I don't know. It'd be incredible.
Yeah, it'd be absolutely amazing.
Oh, it would be. From what I've seen, like on that demo, like for like general domestic use, they could implement that with so many games. Even Halo. Like, frankly, I think the HoloLens with its holographic projection, as vivid as they are, I think they could quite simply cancel out televisions. So basically, your HoloLens in some way connects directly to your Xbox One, whether it by wire, by Wi-Fi, whatever. And whatever you're playing, like on your Xbox, can just like be on your bloody HoloLens headset.
I know. Yes.
And you're just playing with the headset, and whatever you're playing is in your headset.
Yeah.
Whatever, Gears of War, Halo, mainly first-person shooters though, because I think the experience would be a lot better if you were that person.
Yeah.
But that's what I think they need to announce: core games for HoloLens.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we might need to end it here.
Well, what else? Just quickly skim through the list. What do we have? And I'll just click my finger if it's something worth talking about.
Right. Okay. We're going to end on this big one. This big, very big thing, and it's going to be.
Where are you going, Chris? Have you got somewhere else to be?
Oh, how do you know? Right, this big one, Crackdown with DirectX 12 installment and rendered distance, showing off DirectX 12 for the Xbox, Crackdown, and we're going to see so much DirectX 12 in the future.
Well, that's the thing. I'm kind of sad. We've gathered so much information. It's kind of a shame that we've got to bring it to an end, otherwise we'll be here till 3
I know. I know.
But like DirectX 12, I mean, like, for anyone who doesn't know what DirectX 12's true capabilities are, please go to my channel after you've watched our podcast and check out my DirectX 12 true capabilities confirmed by Brad Wardell, because there's so much coming with this DirectX 12. It looks incredible. And we've been told that in the future, maybe not the near future, but eventually, we're going to be seeing Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King level graphics. Like, it's going to unlock all 8 CPU processors. We're going to see graphics that we haven't seen before. 300 to 500% graphical CPU optimization boost. We're looking at a huge increase in the future. Maybe not straight away, but eventually, by the end of the Xbox One's life cycle. And Crackdown 3, as well as Fable Legends, but we're going to talk about Crackdown 3 now, is one of the first games specifically coded to DirectX 12. I think it is, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, it is. And when you see the destruction and the amount, because when in that gameplay trailer, the building blew up into tiny little pieces, and I bet one of them can be rendered with the help of DirectX 12.
No, definitely, and that's the beauty of this. Like DirectX 12, like it's shown at the Windows 10 conference, it can show more lighting and more light sources and more pictures, more captions, more frames. Can produce more pictures, and whereas DirectX 11 can't. It couldn't even handle it.
Yeah.
And Crackdown 3, I think, is going to really show off. And I think if they do announce more stuff at E3, back to E3, they should really demonstrate the open world destruction, to show off what DirectX 12 is capable of. Yeah. Because the open world, the land, you only have to watch the trailer. I know it's a trailer, but it's basically there's a guy they're trying to kill inside of this building. And instead of going in, infiltrating the building,
it's like a domino effect.
Yeah, exactly. They have they blow up this building, and it isn't just like loads of blocks of rubbish. It's like specifics, detail, attention to detail.
Right. I think we could talk forever, but I think it is time to bring it to a close because otherwise we're not going to have any topics to talk about in future podcast series.
No, you're right. You're right, Chris. I think we've exhausted a lot of predictions for like the future of Xbox, the future of E3, and there's so much more we could talk about. We might even do a predictions part 2 one day. Spoiler alert. But for the moment, we're gonna have to draw a close.
If you want to do one.
Yeah, we were going to talk about, to end, but obviously we've talked for ages, The Walking Dead TV show and our predictions. But I'm just thinking, if you're of like mind, Chris, maybe just to announce for a future episode, I was thinking maybe we should wait until, to talk about this, till the end of the season 5, and then we can do a whole episode on season 5.
That's a brilliant idea. That's a perfect idea.
Yeah. So that won't be for a couple more weeks now. That won't be for like another 7 weeks or 8 weeks, but just announcing it now, when Walking Dead Season 5 finishes, we're going to have a whole episode dedicated to talking about The Walking Dead Season 5. So that can excuse us for not talking about it now. And we can also predict the future for Season 6 and onwards. So, with that said, this is Beedrew1111, Gamertag B93. Thank you very much for tuning into episode 3 predictions. And this is Crispy Chris. Well, I'll let you announce yourself. This is
and this is Crispy Chris 62, your gaming gentleman. And thank you so much for me and Beedrew for joining in for the Welsh podcast. This is a series where me and Beedrew have brought together for you, for your enjoyment, for your viewing pleasure. And we're having a blast doing this series. And it has been so perfect. And I know that there's still viewers watching, and it's, thank you for those viewers. Thank you for still watching this podcast, and we hope to really make a future success, to make sure that this podcast can someday reach the top guns as like some of the other podcasters out there. And we would like to say we are going to have some special guests come to our podcast in the near future, so please look forward to that. But in the meantime, I want to say it's Crispy Chris 62 and Beedrew 1111 signing out.